If you are a founder, executive, or a CEO of a company doing half a million, and beyond, then you understand by now that a personal brand is extremely important. So, my goal in this video is not for you to buy anything from me. My goal is for you to go and take action. And I want to prove to you that a personal brand is not an option anymore. It's a necessity. Who am I? My name is Khalid Antwi. I've been in the social media and digital marketing space for almost 7 years now. This is some of my accolades. This is the part that I hate the most about these videos. So I've worked with multiple brands in different industries, worked with ad agencies with over $13 million in ad spend at the time. And I worked for Dr. Phil's TV network. We hosted some shows like Steve Harvey, Nancy Grace, and I was in charge of the team that ran all the social media platforms for these shows at that time. Do you even need a personal brand? Now, maybe a couple years back, the answer was yes and no, but now the answer is yes. So there's multiple articles that I put up here just to kind of nail down this point. So the psychology of trust, we all know that in this day and age of AI and of basically mass marketing, how anybody can make a brand, anybody can fake a profile, anybody can fake fame and authority. It's really hard to get people to trust you these days. Anybody has access to things to make them look like they're successful, even if they're not. So it's going to be even harder for you, someone who's actually successful, to prove to people that you're legitimate. So we're not even fighting a battle of building authority versus others. The battle really is proving your legitimacy over all the scammers that are getting better and better at faking legitimacy. That's the real value of having a personal brand these days. Now, some people may ask, well, does having a personal brand actually affect me making money? And the answer is yes. So customers, they now invest in people over brands. And I'm going to have a test at the end of this video to prove that point to you in actuality. Now, if you're in the B2B space where you're selling, big packages worth millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, you may think that having a personal brand, is for B2C companies. Does it even matter for B2B? Will anybody actually care? Well, the answer is also yes. 90% of employees agree that when a company's leadership is active on social media, brand image is enhanced. This is just a fact. More than 50% of professionals say that they understand the strategic importance of personal branding, yet the majority struggle to apply it meaningfully in practice. Back in the day, it used to be just hiring a PR firm, but now a PR firm is basically dead because social media is your PR. No one cares about your Forbes article because now any random Joe Schmo can pay to have a Forbes article written for them, or they don't even pay for the article. They just take the logo Forbes and just put it on their website and just pretend that they've been seen in Forbes. So no one cares that you're in Forbes. Now, if you have an audience, real people watching you and your life and your journey, you can't fake that. You can't fake genuine engagement. That is the new proof of authority, not articles. 57% of consumers say visible and authentic leadership directly influences their purchasing decisions. Now, what does this mean? It basically just means if people see you and they know, like you, and trust you, which I know you've heard a bajillion times now, they are more likely to buy from you. It doesn't matter if this is a B2C product or this is a B2B transaction. The dynamics of psychology are still the same. If someone knows, likes, and trusts you, they're more likely to purchase from you or from your brand because they associate you with that brand. So on this chart, you can see that 53% of consumers say they trust businesses more when there is a strong, visible personal brand behind them, showing that individual credibility now directly supports brand level trust. And here's another one. 82% of people are more likely to trust a company when its senior executives are active on social media. 67% of Americans would be willing to spend more money on products and services from companies whose founders' personal brands align with their own core values. So if they don't know what your core values are, guess what? They're less likely to buy from you. So welcome to the game show. The game is, can you guess the founder? On the left, we have Elon Musk. Now, if I didn't tell you the name of this person, would you know who this person was? Maybe you do, but the majority of people would not know. Next, on the left, we have the CEO or founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who everybody knows. And on the right, we have Toby, I don't know how to say his last name, I don't want to mess it up, founder and CEO of Shopify. I know Shopify, but I don't even know who he is until I did the creation of this presentation. Are there low-level consumers who don't know who the Rivian founder is? And if they did know who he was and he had a attractive and popular brand, maybe more people will be more likely to buy Rivians? Yes, because even think about it. Some people buy Teslas just because they like Elon Musk. not because they've compared the specs between Tesla and between Rivian. They don't care. Now, Shopify, of course, some people are going to use Shopify regardless. Imagine how many more people would use Shopify if they knew the brand owner before they even knew the brand. Next, we have Ryan Serhant, who is the CEO of Serhant, one of the biggest, I think, especially in New York, one of the biggest real estate firms. And then on the right, we have Glenn Sanford, who is the CEO of eXp Realty, which is also a really huge realty firm, realty company in the US. But again, Ryan Serhant has millions and millions of views and followers on social media. And many people will eventually buy homes through his business because of his name. Whilst on the other hand, eXp Realty has to worry about just mass marketing and owning market share, not because of branding, but just because of just sheer dominant in the space, which sounds cool, but at the end of the day, it's expensive. Imagine how many homes have been bought and sold through Sirhan Company just because of people knowing his brand organically. So he's selling $1 million houses just through free content on social media. And last but not least, we have the big man, Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Meta and Facebook, of course. We all know his face by now, but did anybody even know the CEO of Reddit? I definitely did not. Not to say that these companies on the right are not big companies, but as you can tell from this video, the name recognition that they could have, the amount of sales and revenue and opportunities that the people on the right are missing out on because they don't have a strong personal brand is probably in the hundreds of millions of dollars compared to the amount of free leads and free partnerships that the people on the left are getting just because they have personal brands. Now, of course, this is on a very big scale. If you are in a very small niche, you may not see the importance of this, but I hope that with the variety of CEOs and founders I've put on this video, you can kind of see that it doesn't really matter what you're selling. It just matters that if people know you, they're more likely to buy from you. And if they don't know you, they're less likely to buy from you. And if they do buy from you, it's going to cost you more money to convince them to buy. So in every single case, the unknown founder built something just as impressive, sometimes even more impressive on paper. The difference isn't just the company, it's the brand. So if all this makes sense and you want to actually start getting ahead instead of falling behind, then we can have a chat. So as I said earlier in the video, my name is Khalid. I am a content strategist or digital brand strategist, and I work with founders to help them build personal brands, not just to go viral, but to build an authority in their space, which allows them not just to have likes and followers, but to make actual money. When you work with me, we work on your positioning, whatever industry you're in. We start from the beginning and see what you've been doing before, and we build up from the foundation going upwards. We're not focused on just throwing random trends at you and making you do dance videos. The goal is for you to build a brand that's going to last you decades and that's going to help build your career even more, and not just for you to have random virality here and there that doesn't actually generate you sales or build your authority in any way, shape, or form. So we work on your strategy and positioning. And then once we have that nailed down, we will build out a done for you content production system. So you don't have to worry about content. It just gets done for you. And we make sure that it's actually high quality, not just AI slop. And then we work on the distribution, making sure that it's being put out on the platforms that are important to you, your business, your niche, and your brand, and what you want to do, not just posting just to try and accumulate as many likes as possible. And then we're going to look at the data, look at the analytics and see what's working, what isn't working, and most importantly, what is moving the needle towards what your goal is. If you're trying to work towards building your brand up for an exit, we're going to work specifically on a strategy towards that goal, not just to go viral. So whatever your goal is, we're going to build the strategy towards your goal, not just to get likes that do nothing for you. For something like this, you'd have to hire an entire content team with a social media manager, a content writer, an editor, producer. If you work with me, all that gets bundled into one, a lot more efficient price. But again, the quality is still going to be there. This is not an Upwork type of service. This is a high level white glove service. So if you're ready to talk and you're ready to finally take that step and move towards a future where you have a brand that not only speaks in your voice, but also builds your presence in your space so that you can have a long career that does not get killed by all these other random AI companies and all these other random people who are trying to just outspend you in ads, and you want to build a real brand so you can build real companies in the future, then book a call and let's chat. Hopefully this video has helped you. If you don't book a call, my only goal, my only ask, my only plead from you is to go and take action. Make some content today or tomorrow, but do it now. It doesn't have to be with me. Go hire somebody else. Go hire an agency. Go get a videographer. Get your cousin to record you. I don't care what it is. Just start making a brand, because especially with all the AI slop coming around, the people who are not building real brands right now are going to die out to people who know how to make content. The content creators are coming for the executives, and the executives who have the actual expertise should and need to stand their ground by building real personal brands. I hope this video helped. If it did, you can book a call with me. If not, just go take action. Either way, hope you have a great day. Peace.